You're recording? All right, good. What the hell is a Roni? We've never really nailed the intros.
Yeah, I know. Not gonna nail it this time either. I'm not gonna nail it for the next 13 times. Hello, everybody. Welcome to limited edition Pokemon. Fuck.
It's been so long, huh?
We're keeping that in. As I'm putting these back on, welcome to limited edition Pokemon, your video game book club / retrospective for the entire Pokemon series leading up to Sword and Shield. My name is Mike Towndrow. I am joined by Matthew Wright.
Hello!
And Jacob Palmer.
We are professionals, I promise.
We are professionals. Today's gonna be a weird episode for two reasons. One, this is the first Pokemon episode, and we don't know I don't know what the hell I'm doing yet. And two, I just got back from Boston and PAX East yesterday. I am very sleepy. I'm very sore. My throat hurts, and I have a headache, and my feet hurt. So, if you guys don't know what limited edition is, if you haven't heard our wonderful Kingdom Hearts series led by the beautiful Matthew Wright over here. We are doing a monthly series based on one particular video game with a big entry being released. We are doing monthly episodes leading up to the entry. In this case, it's going to be Pokemon Sword and Shield. So every month we are playing through every single Pokemon game, mainline Pokemon game, and bring you an episode talking about what we thought about the game, revisiting if it holds up, the gameplay, some of our favorite memories, story beats. Granted, Pokemon doesn't have a lot of story beats, but we're going to see what we can do with that. With all that rigmarole, yeah, it's going to be one of those episodes, rigmarole out of the way. Woo! How are you guys?
Doing good, man. You know,
Fantastic.
can finally talk about Pokemon. I've been waiting for this.
Yeah, dude.
Feels good to be here.
Feels good, finally.
Yeah, if we did this last month, the energy would not be there.
No. Granted, this energy right now for me, very forced. It's been a fucking year so far.
I'm really glad we're talking about Pokemon because this is giving me like a revigorated strength to like just keep going with streaming. Because I stopped
and
streaming
waste
for
so
about...
much time fucking
No. Don't. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that. That's for next episode. Because if I get it, if I get it, it's gonna be worth it.
If you get it you better fucking get it in another month.
I better get it. No, but it's just giving me like just a much more appreciation and love for streaming. And I just realized like what I want to keep streaming. And if I keep streaming Pokemon, then more people will come into the stream later for when Sword and Shield comes out. So
yeah, for sure.
So I kind of just building my stream around Pokemon now, and I'm thinking like, you know what? Community's nice. People are great. A lot of people are coming into the streams and talking.
Good.
While doing these shiny huntings. So I'm like, you know what? Let's become a Pokemon streamer, man. Let's stream Pokemon.
Might as well.
Until next year.
Until next year.
Which we'll talk about in December. Yeah, man, I haven't been able to catch it yet because I've been so fucking busy with work and PAX and all this stuff, but I'm really looking forward to watching and like me personally playing along while watching.
Yeah.
That's the cool thing about playing Pokemon and not a console game. It's not taking up too much screen time, so I could just watch a podcast and grind out some levels and stuff like that. It's been really cool.
Honestly, people can't hear my desktop audio. That's how I've been keeping up on podcasts.
Yeah,
so
that's great.
It's just like listening to like Achievement Hunter, kind of funny. Of course, I can't watch KFAF while doing this because I'll be in tears. That's best show.
KFA for streamies.
Yep.
Cool, man. So let's just get into it. So this week or this month we're talking about Gen 1. So Kanto. So that's red, blue, yellow, fire red, leaf green. What game did you guys play?
I played Red on the Virtual Console on the 3DS.
Hell yeah, you did. Jake?
I played the better version, Fire Red.
Cool. And I played yellow. So if you haven't seen the little trailer we put out or anything like that, we are going to cover one version per gen. we're each choosing a different version. We might overlap a little bit, but we might try to do the different versions so we can kind of spot out any of the differences, any of the different Pokemon. I think surprisingly, this gen is the most different, I think, between the different versions.
Yeah.
That I can think off the top of my head, just because Yellow does have the story beats, the added story beats from the anime. Obviously, Fire Red has the newer mechanics, and the original is the original. Going into this gen, I guess this is more of a question for me and Matt and not Jake. What did you expect going back to the original games, and did it live up to those expectations?
Rose-colored glasses are a thing, my friend.
There's a reason why they remade it.
So let's talk about that. I mean, what were some of the things that made you want to pull your fucking hair out?
The number one thing, the fucking Safari Zone can just go straight to hell. But particularly just something that's exclusive to that thing. A lot of the moves, if you don't pick Bulbasaur or Squirtle at the beginning of the game, you're kind of boned. If you're playing Fire Red, Charmander gets Metal Claw, which
interesting.
So, so that helps a lot if you're playing that game. So whatever starter you choose, you're well off with the first gym. But yeah, I chose Charmander. He's my fire boy. And even trying to find a fucking Pikachu in Viridian Forest, that was fun.
I remember that sucking 20 years ago.
Yeah. Just little things like here and there.
There's a lot of little things.
Quality of life improvements weren't a thing because this is the original. But
Can I throw something in there?
Yeah.
Because going from Fire Red to Crystal was a huge step back. Boy,
really?
Having to go to your PC to change the Pokemon box to box 2 or 3 because the box is full really sucks.
Mm-hmm.
What a fucking mechanic.
Trying to sort any of that.
Oh, no.
So obviously we'll talk about Crystal and all that stuff next month.
Well, yeah.
Did they not? I'm not that far into Crystal yet. Did they not fix that yet?
Nope.
Fuck.
Nope,
I didn't get to that point yet.
You have to change it.
That's not until Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll talk about that whenever.
Yeah.
But no, based on this game, dude, things like the Pokemon box sucks. And
Psychic Pokemon are way OP.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So before we get into all the negative stuff, it's gonna be hard to not do with this, but I want to try to be fair to the game and not take the new stuff against it.
If it wasn't for these games, though, we wouldn't have the games that we have now.
Totally.
So
it's still an amazing template.
It is.
And canvas for later on.
Yeah.
It's still very enjoyable to play.
I had so much fun. So I played Yellow. I had so much fun playing Yellow. It's still such a delight. I absolutely love the art. I love the sound design, the Pokemon designs.
Pikachu talks.
Which is fucking rad. Having Jesse and James in the game is really cool, and like the added quote unquote boss fights of Jesse and James just randomly showing up like before Giovanni and Silphco and stuff like that. The music is so good. The town design is so good. All the the gym leaders and their designs are so good, and all the little line of dialogues give them so much character. Yeah, I mean for being the first game, they did knock it out of the park.
Yeah.
Like, granted, 20 years ago, I didn't give a shit about the Pokebox. I didn't give a shit about
It's
the
all we
Safari
knew.
Zone. Like, that's all we knew. I will say, going back to it, I had like a little bit of anxiety going into the Dark Tunnel or Dark Cave, because I remember that giving me so much trouble back in the day every time I played it. And I used to have my strategy guides traced with the route with a pen, and I'll just follow the lines. But yeah, no, it was super fucking simple, super easy.
Yeah.
Back when I originally played it, I was playing the game wrong. I was a kid, 9 or 10 years old. I had a Charizard already, and he would not obey me.
Yeah, I had that issue too.
And I didn't have Flash, so I was just in the Dark Tunnel, roaming around. Took forever. But nowadays, if you're playing on Virtual Console or on a TV or whatever, you can actually see the cave.
Yeah, you can see it a little bit. Yeah,
you could do it too if you played on a Super Game Boy back in the day. But
yeah. So some of the negative stuff that I've encountered.
Oh wait, hold on.
Yeah.
And in Yellow, can you get the 3 starters?
You can.
Okay, so it's along the route,
Yeah,
kind of like in the anime.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get Charmander right outside of
Cerulean? Or no?
yeah, right outside Cerulean. When you're on your way to Bill.
Yeah.
Squirtle you get in Vermilion.
Mm-hmm.
From the cop, Officer Jenny, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
The cops. And Bulbasaur you also get in Cerulean in one of the little houses next to the gym.
But
I forgot you have to do a certain
Surge.
thing. What's up?
You have to beat Lieutenant Surge, or was that for
Yeah,
Squirtle?
I think no, that's for Squirtle. You have to do something for Bulbasaur, but like by the time I did the thing, I was able to just get Bulbasaur.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't get the originals. I tried whenever they give me that option, I tried to not use the starters. So going into this whole series, I'm trying to use Pokemon that I haven't really used before.
Yep.
Granted, I should have prepped and like wrote down what my party was, but yeah, I like my usual go-tos are like Raichu, Haunter, Alakazam.
Oh, you're gonna Raichu. I always did Pikachu.
Raichu's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Raichu's a good boy.
Raichu's a real good boy, real good Sparky boy.
You know who I did not appreciate until playing it again? Diglett and Doug Trio.
Dude,
They're good.
So good.
Speaking of OP, fucking Dig is
Dig.
Dig
the most powerful
The
fucking
one who
atrocious.
much you done.
Yeah.
I will say, going into these games, I have a newfound love of Magnemite and Magneton. Those are really good.
Yeah,
especially now that they're steel. I mean, they're in Fire Red.
In Fire Red, yeah.
But they are really good.
I always loved Cubone and Marowak, but I never used them really. So in this game, I finally used Marowak. Fucking love them.
Did you guys see that comic that was on Reddit yesterday? About the trainer visiting the Cinnabar Island lab about the fossils, and then Cubone's tugging on the trainer, like pointing to his skull. Oh man!
No.
For anyone who doesn't know the lore around Cubone, the skull that is on his head belongs to his dead mother. Yeah.
Dude, Cubone's like we said earlier, there's not a lot of story in these first games, but some of the lore that's there is fucking heartbreaking and really cool. And
I played it differently this time, just because since we are doing this, I want to go into these games a lot more, because there's not a lot there on the surface area, but I made a point to talk to nearly every single NPC in the game.
Me too.
There's a good amount of lore just hiding around, like especially the Pokemon Tower, if you're talking to people there. Yeah, there's a lot more story in the game than I originally thought. Because I was
did you read all the little books in the burned down Pokemon lab?
Yes. The Mewtwo stuff,
The Mewtwo stuff. The Mewtwo stuff is fucking
so
cool.
Great. It's so great.
Yeah. And that's something I never realized my first run, because I was a dumb kid. I didn't want to talk to anybody. I was just going through doing gyms.
It's all about Pokemon, man.
It's all about Pokemon, whatever. But yeah, the fact that I think I wrote down like exactly what it was. Yeah, so I found 4 entries. So in like date order or whatever, July 5th, Iguana, South America. They found a discovery in the jungle. July 10th, they christened Mew, so they found Mew in the jungle. In February 6th, Mew gave birth to Mewtwo, and then on September 1st, Mewtwo is far too powerful, and its power can't be contained. Hence, the lab being burnt down.
Yep.
That's fucking rad.
That's a Sephiroth story.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
And then, yeah, like, even just while we're on the subject, in that lab, that's where you could find really powerful moves like Solar Beam and Blizzard. So, like, they're clearly doing secret experiments to develop these really fucking crazy moves and powerful moves. The only trainers you really find in there are scientists or burglars. So it's both scientists trying to protect their research and people just robbing the fucking place.
Yeah.
Which I love.
I never understood why the scientists were fighting you in Silphco.
That I didn't understand. I assume they worked for Rocket.
That's what I would assume, because they were a lot of them were like paid under the table by Giovanni.
And speaking of Silphco, who are the 4 Rocket brothers? You guys ran into these guys, right? There's 4 Team Rocket dudes that are the 4 Rocket brothers.
I don't think they're in yellow.
Oh, they're definitely in red and blue.
I don't remember if they put them in Fire Red.
I want to know more about these guys.
Because in yellow, it's Jesse and James at the end. I guess they take out some of that too.
Well, it's just random
4 random people.
Yeah, inside Silphco on 4 different floors.
I'm pretty sure. So another thing I'm trying to do going into this, and which I've done more so in recent games, like probably since, maybe just since Sun and Moon. I'm trying to like actually battle everybody and like actually train properly and stuff. So yeah, I'm trying to. I don't remember coming across them in Silphco unless I miss them.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So that might be only in the regionals.
Maybe. Speaking of Silphco, I still hate Silphco.
Yep.
Yeah.
Still annoying.
Yep.
Fucking teleporters and stuff.
Doesn't get better in Fire Red.
Once you find the one teleporter, it's like it's so easy.
Yep.
Like once you find the key card and then the one teleporter.
Yeah.
I was still using my Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow guide. I misplaced my red and blue one.
Nice.
So I was like, okay, so it's right here, but I'm battling everyone in here anyways. So,
but shout out to Silphco, just because you get the Lapras.
I never use Lapras.
Which actually,
I never use it.
I will talk about it next episode. I actually started using Lapras.
Oh.
I think I used Lapras in the original, but only for Surf.
Dude.
I'm like, okay, I need to give this one Surf. This is the Pokemon to use Surf.
If you ever go back to those games, use Lapras and have it teach it an ice move, and then go against Lance and see what happens. Freaking
yeah,
OP,
my Marowak had Ice Punch. That was my thing against Lance.
Nice.
Fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Dude, Marowak is dope.
Dude, Marowak is so good. I actually really love, I know the later iteration of Marowak, Alolan Marowak, Fire and Ghost. Dude, it's so good.
One of the best.
Good.
I think that's my favorite. Granted, we'll talk about this later in the year, but I think that's my favorite Alolan.
Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
Doug Trio, man. That blonde hair.
Hanson?
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking weird, man.
Dude, that's all steel filings. I love how they say it's steel filings, like for the hair. It's not really hair.
Yeah.
So good.
Speaking of like Marowak and all them, the other like bit of story other than the direct story is Rocket essentially. Well, this wasn't really in the game. This is part of the. Did you guys ever watch the Origins? I think it's called Origins.
Yeah.
Series on
Pokemon
YouTube.
Origins.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, where it is. So for people who don't know, Pokemon Origins is animated.
6?
I think it was more than that.
Yeah,
I think it was way more
No,
than
it
that.
is 4 or 6 episodes. The original Origins.
Oh, I'm sorry. The YouTube one is Generations. Origins is the original one, which I'm talking about. Yeah. I always get those two confused. There is a Pokemon Generations. It's a YouTube series.
Okay, I was thinking Generations.
Yeah, they have like 20 episodes or some shit. But Origins is something different.
Origins, it's Trainer Red.
Yeah, Trainer Red going through the story of the original game.
Red, Blue.
Which are good. Go watch those.
It's very good. One of the episodes is about Cubone and Rocket essentially murdering the Marowak that you find in the tower. And, it's so heartbreaking. And like going into these games with that lens.
Yeah, that theme is always in my head.
You don't
Pokemon
really
Tower.
think about like Team Rocket being that evil until you start looking into the back end story. And like even in the next games, they're like, cutting off Slowpoke's tail to sell. Like you think about crap like that, and you're just like, damn, you guys are atrocious, man.
Yeah.
It's fucked really bad.
One more story bit that's also in the game, if you look for it and read it, the Pokedex entries, a lot of them are very interesting.
Yeah. I didn't dig too deep into the Pokedex.
Some of them are really cool.
Good stuff in there. Some harrowing stuff even in later games about some of the Pokemon. Drifloon, looking at you, Drifloon.
Oh yeah, we'll talk about that one later, but maybe that's something we should do. Maybe look at some of your Pokedex entries and pick your favorite one.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk about
we could do that in the future.
It's cool. Yeah, obviously being the first episode, we're like jumping all over the place, but whatever. Something I totally missed. What's your guys' favorite Pokemon from this gen?
So, we did that spreadsheet before we started playing and everything like that. Originally, I had put Mew. So, like, the title card for this are those original entries that we put in. Going through it, though, Doug Trio.
Yeah?
Doug Trio is awesome.
Yeah. I mean, mine was because I thought we were going to talk about the Let's Go series in this one.
We are.
I know.
We'll get there.
Okay. Cool. So mine, I picked Beedrill because you know me, I like shiny hunting. Like, this was a hard one because I love Beedrill, but I also love Shiny Magneton, and both of them are really good. Like Beedrill has that Mega Evolution that's just insane. Has a great Mega Evolution in Let's Go, and it can just take down anything. But also Let's Go has more TMs and more moves you can use during the
of course,
compared to the original game. So if I had to go from like original games, I would have to choose Magneton. That's my favorite.
Nice.
Mine is still. I always go back and forth between Raichu and Haunter. Those are just my favorite Pokemon in general. Also, Raichu, but I'm really both of them because, well, no, Raichu more so because of the Lieutenant Surge episode, the anime.
Yeah, Raichu.
I love
hit him with the Thunderbolt.
Yeah,
That was perfect.
that was really good. And Haunter for I love Haunter's art in Red and Blue. Just how fucking terrifying he looks and how weird he looks. All the art in Red and Blue I love before they change it.
Some of it's bad.
Some of it's bad.
Shout out
like Pidgey's real bad.
Oh,
Pidgey's just a bird.
Machop from behind.
Weird. Even Charmander from behind's kind of weird.
All of them from behind are not good.
Looking forward at Machoke, and his eyes are like that. There's some questionable art. Bulbasaur looks very sad from behind.
Yeah. Shout out to the TV series though when they introduced Ghastly, Haunter, and Gengar though.
I love that.
Oh, that's such a great episode.
It's so good. And that's just how I feel like those three would be. You know.
Yeah.
Just Haunter, just pump it up. So,
like the Three Stooges dead.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah,
it's great.
That was perfect.
And obviously, I've always been like a Halloween person, like shit like that. So all the ghost types. And I'm so happy. Like as we progress, they have been adding more and more ghost types. It's weird to think there's only 3 ghost Pokemon in this game.
Yeah.
Like, and they have their own type, which is interesting. Like you would think they would just throw them in with Psychic or something. But
which kind of sucks because
there's only 7 Psychic, right?
Abracadabra, Alakazam, Mewtwo,
Drowsy,
Drowsy, Hypno. Yeah, I think right.
Yeah, because like Vino Moth has a Psy Beam, but he's not a psychic.
But he's not a psychic type. He's
poison. Too.
Yep.
Yeah, it's interesting.
Right.
Also gets confusing when you get later into the generations. They just change types.
And yeah, there's what?
And add types.
3 dragons, or 2.
What? Which?
3.
Like up to this date?
Yeah.
In Red and Blue.
Oh, yeah, 3.
Yeah. Yeah, it was also confusing, like trying to use
Gyarados.
Like ice.
Gyarados always confused me.
Yeah, always. It was really confusing trying to use Ice Punch and stuff like that against like Magneton and Magnemite, and it not doing shit.
Yeah.
It's like fuck.
It's like, oh wait, no steel.
Yeah, no steel type shit.
And Bite being normal.
Bite being normal is weird. And like not really doing shit in these games.
Yeah, does nothing. They didn't have Crunch in this game, did they? Because that was more of a they put that in Dark, so there's the 2nd gen. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, the 2nd gen.
That's crazy.
I remember like Poochyena and Mightyena getting Crunch for the first time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Going back to some more like mechanical stuff. So actually going back to Safari Zone, something I didn't really realize, at least to me, it seems like Safari Zone does have a bit of a puzzle mechanic to it when it comes to catching.
Mm-hmm.
Like I would throw every time I threw like 2 rocks at Execute, for example, he would always run. Whenever I throw like 2 pieces of food, I would always miss him. Whenever I throw like a food and then a rock, then I would catch him. It was like every time I do specific things per Pokemon.
Yeah, every Pokemon has its own base stat of like fight or flee.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's with these games, but I know with like Fire Red, the way the Safari Zone worked is if you threw a rock, it made it easier to catch, but the rate for that Pokemon to flee
it's still the same.
quicker.
Red and Blue.
Yeah.
But it would you can't. It would like reverse. Like if you do the throwing the food after it,
it brings it down one.
It brings it back to like the original catch rate. But the catch rate's actually harder for food but it's less likely to flee.
The way it works in the original, if you throw a rock, it makes it easier to catch, but it'll also make it flee easier. If you give it food, it'll stay longer but harder to catch. And you start at a counter of 0, so let's say +1 is easier to catch. So if you use food, it'll just bring it down 1. It'll go back towards 0. It won't just reset it to 0.
They did it. So in the later series, I think they reverted that. So it doesn't just bring it back
that
1.
Sucks.
It puts the counter back at 0.
Shout out to Safari Zone.
Yeah.
Fucking you since you're a kid.
I will say getting to the mystery house or wherever to get Surf and the golden teeth, all that stuff, super easy.
Oh yeah,
way easier than I remember.
Yeah.
And I was so shocked when I caught a Scyther in there and I found Chansey in there and I found Kangaskhan really easily.
Mm-hmm.
I was never able to do that as a kid. I was just going through trying to get to the house because I didn't give it in these games. And we didn't mention what we're trying to do in each game. I don't give a shit about completing the Pokedex really. I'm just getting through it.
Yeah, no, that's my curse.
Yeah. To briefly touch on that, my quote unquote goal for these games, I'm only using Pokemon that are new to that game. So obviously Kanto, I'm only using Kanto Pokemon. For Gen 2, I'm only using Johto, and so on and so forth.
Have fun with that Kanto one.
Well, it's done. So
I mean the Johto one. I'm sorry. Have fun with that.
I was gonna say
have fun with that Johto one.
Joke's on you.
I will say though, Johto's a little difficult.
I think Johto is difficult for you, Crystal.
Yeah,
we'll talk about that next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about that.
But
Jake, what are you trying to achieve in these games? Speaking of that, I mean, we briefly touched on it.
The impossible test. I'm trying to just get different shiny Pokemon I've never hunted before. So with like these games, I didn't do any shiny hunting in Fire Red because if I found a shiny, I probably would have been mad because I used an emulator on my SNES Classic. So my main shiny hunting was in Let's Go. So So my quest for that one was to do a shiny badge quest. So I get a shiny before each gym that I fight. So and then by the 6th gym, you have your full team. So that was my goal to do that, and I completed that. So I'm really happy with that.
What was your shiny team?
So it was Starmie, Nidoking, Charizard. Let's see who else was on there. Trying to think of all of them at the time. I have my Switch right here, so I can.
Well, while you're getting your Switch, Matt, what's your thing you're trying to?
My
achieve?
goal is to achieve a full national Pokedex. There are some down the road that I won't be able to get unless Nintendo does another event type thing for the mythical Pokemon.
For people who don't know, what does national dex mean?
National means all of the Pokemon. So in Red and Blue, like it's just all the Pokemon because there's only 150 or 151 if you are lucky enough to get a Mew. In the following games, so Gold and Silver, there's regional and national. Regional would mean just the Johto Pokemon in Gold and Silver. Doing national in that game would mean all of Kanto, all of Johto, accumulating to 251 Pokemon. So, going forward in the series, I don't have to get full Pokedexes. In Red and Blue, I did have to get a full Pokedex.
Right.
But I want to catch them all.
Hell yeah.
Okay.
And yeah, I'm just to save time because my schedule is fucking crazy with work and whatnot. I'm just playing the games. My thing I'm trying to achieve is just using region specific Pokemon, which is very easy so far. Even a Crystal, I mean, it's not bad.
So my full team was Shiny Nidoking. These are all shinies. Nidoking, Charizard, Starmie, Beedrill. I did have a Mr. Mime in my team and Ninetales. But I later switched out Mr. Mime for Shiny Mewtwo. Less than 900 resets for that bad boy.
Speaking of Pokemon I haven't used in the past and I was really excited to use this time, what a disappointment Ninetales is.
Yeah, it's not a disappointment like later on in the series, like when it can learn some like dark moves and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But in the earlier
series, Vulpix sucks in the originals. You have to get him to like level 46 or something for his full moveset and then evolve him. Like Ninetales stats are way better, but he doesn't learn any moves.
Yeah, I evolved my Vulpix way too soon. My Ninetales was pretty useless.
It makes you miss Growlithe.
Yeah, for sure.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, the only fire move my Ninetales ended up learning was obviously had Ember from Vulpix, but I think also just Fire Spin.
Mm-hmm. And Fire Spin's not good.
No.
No.
Also, I didn't realize Fire Spin was in this game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this original game.
I just remember
totally forgot that.
I just remember Blaine using it. I'm like, dude, and just trapping your Pokemon. You're just like,
Dude,
whatever.
one of my negative notes: fuck Fire Spin and fuck like rap and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
I hate those.
Ooh, Bide is worse. Is it Bide or is it
No, not
Rage?
Because
Rage.
Rage is fine. I don't mind Rage because you can attack through Rage, but Rap fucking prevents you from attacking. And if, like, let's say the Ekans or the Arbok is faster than you, it uses Rap and Rap over and over and over again. You can't attack.
Mm-hmm.
It's so fucking infuriating, especially with Jesse and James, where Jesse has Arbok and Ekans.
I just remember
and uses it until the end game.
I remember a time I was going through the Elite Four in the original Red version, and I had a Ditto on my team, and I used Transform, and it turns into Onyx, and then he uses Bide, and I'm like, oh, what's Bide? And I use that, and then they were both attacking each other, probably taking out 1 HP because it's not very effective. I'm like, nope. Turned off the game, turned it back on, and like restarted the battle. That was annoying.
Since we're now on the subject of things I hate, did you get the fucking item capacity? You go on 20 fucking items.
I hate that.
I didn't have that problem.
Holy shit! I know. I didn't realize there was a fucking capacity for the bag. It sucks.
Yeah, and
especially when you're trying to fucking just collect everything.
Yeah, there's no separate bag for Pokeballs. There's no separate bag for potions.
Which I knew that, but like I didn't realize there was a cap.
But even your town map is in the item collection, which sucks.
Yeah, so you have to like essentially put all your TMs away, any key item you're not using anymore. Yeah,
and it takes so long to put stuff away.
Yeah, that's the other thing. The fucking using the PC is annoying. Yeah, I was shocked when I couldn't pick up something. I was like, I did not know that was a thing because granted, like as a kid, again, was just running through the games, not really exploring much. I never witnessed that. Something that, like we said, something that does get fixed is the Pokemon box is not auto-changing, or at least not alerting you. So, like, you try to catch something, and then it's like, the box is full.
Oh,
I will say, at least in the later versions, like Gold and Silver and Crystal, Bill will call you and let you know, hey, your Pokebox is full. You need to go change it.
Okay. I didn't realize that yet. We'll talk about it, but I'm not that far into Crystal yet.
But there's no notification in these games.
It sucks. So in Fire Red, does it auto change or no?
Yeah.
It does, okay.
Because it's based off of Gen 3.
Yeah, makes sense. Another thing that gets fixed very quickly is not seeing if you caught the Pokemon or not. Like the little indicator is gone, which is a quality of life thing. I'm not trying to ding it against that, but that's such a quality of life thing that I missed so much playing this game.
Who in back of the day used to think that pressing up and B, throwing the Pokeball would increase the chance?
I was down in B.
I was A and then down A and B. Like bam, bam.
All right, we all have different ones.
Yep.
But I will say when I was catching the birds, for whatever reason, and again didn't know this was a mechanic in the game, I would miss.
Yeah.
Just straight up fucking miss.
Yep.
I did not know that was a thing. When I held all the face buttons and like did like the GTA up down left right up down left right up down left right, it worked. So I don't know.
Hey.
Yeah, I mean, granted, like that, it's not supposed to do shit, but like sometimes it just works.
The mentality there, because it's like the one time it works, you're just like, I need to keep doing this, and then it keeps working.
My thing was A, and so press A and then let go, and then press A and B at the same time. So like A B.
Yeah, mine was hold down on the D-pad and mash B.
Yeah, there's so many stupid like little tips and tricks on like cheatcc.com or like.
Oh my god.
Like back in the day, hey, you know how to get to Cloud City? Or my favorite one was Pokeblue.
What's that?
You guys never Pokeblue? Or Peekaboo, sorry.
I don't think so.
So when the movie came out, it was either the first movie or second movie, but Meryl was like we saw images and stuff of Meryl. Nobody knew that's what its name was.
Yeah.
Everyone thought it was a water evolution of Pikachu.
Oh yeah.
So around the schoolyard, it's like, hey, I got Pikablu in my game. Like, no, you didn't. No, you're lying. No, you got to do this. You got to do this. And then you do that. You have to give it a water stone. You have to talk to the old guy in Viridian. All this stuff. No, I got Pikablu. No, it's there. Fucker liars, man.
Dude, that whole thing to get Mew with strength.
Oh, it's under the trunk.
Oh my god.
It's under the trunk, man. You just gotta use Surf and then use Strength. It's under the trunk. It's an egg. True story.
Well, it's funny, like, a lot of these things were bullshit, but there are the two things that are real, which is the Mew glitch and Missing No.
Yeah.
Missing No.
Like, the Mew glitch is convoluted as fuck, and I don't know how people figured it out. I was bummed that I remembered about the Mew glitch way too late. I forgot that like I wasn't supposed to fight a certain trainer in Cerulean, and I fucked up my chance. So I was like, whatever, who cares? I'm not gonna restart. I thought it was just the trainers in Lavender. I forgot about the Cerulean part.
One glitch I didn't even know was a thing back in the day that I actually used after I was done with the game and I needed to catch a few of the Safari Zone Pokemon, and I didn't want to keep fucking with Safari Zone. Was if you go into Safari Zone and then roam around the grass, wait for the timer to release, and then leave the building, fly to Cinnabar, and then surf up and down the east coast of the island, those Pokemon from that area in Safari Zone show up.
Oh, I didn't realize that.
So that's how I got, like Scyther, Tauros, which is an asshole.
Yeah. That game had so many weird things to it. It's just so weird. Hey, go over and surf on the east side of Cinnabar Island, and Missing Node pops up, and then you can find different the different things. It's like, I think using that and a Game Shark, that's how I was able to get Mew in the game.
Yeah, probably.
It was just.
I remember first time doing the Missing Node glitch, catching like a level 147 Golbat.
Right, dude. That
and
thing
then
was
automatically goes back to 100. Right,
it goes back to 100.
Still just cool.
Yeah, like making Pokemon like really high level, and it goes back to level 100. But
just a quick side note. Speaking of a level 147, a long time ago, when I first originally played, and was talking about talking on the schoolyard, like, oh, how strong is your Pikachu? Blah blah blah. I always thought the L next to the level was a 1. So like, yeah, my Pikachu's level 112. It's fucking dope, right? I never realized it was an L, and I was it took a long time.
Shout out to the XP bar going right to left.
Yeah.
XP bar is not a thing.
XP bar is not a thing in Red and Blue.
No,
the originals.
It's not.
No. And neither is the Pokeball next to a Pokemon's name.
That's what I was saying earlier, the indicator that you caught.
Oh, I thought you were talking about like the Pokeball turning different colors.
Oh, no. Yeah, that's why I was confused that you jumped right into that. No, the indicator, the little Pokeball indicator sucks.
That's why I created that spreadsheet. I'm like, do I have that Pokemon?
Yeah. So I mean, again, that's like another quality of life thing that I don't like putting against it. But
did Yellow have the XP bar, or no?
No.
Okay.
No,
so
Gold and Silver.
Gold and Silver. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we'll talk about it next month, but it's insane how many quality of life things happen in Gold and Silver.
Yeah, immediately.
It's so impressive. A couple other little things. Well, this is one big thing because I got fucking over Victory Road. Repels don't work in this game.
I never used one.
They only work for like
not work.
I think they work for certain level Pokemon. Like
max repels do not work in this game at all.
Is it that they don't work in caves, or do they only work
anywhere? Anywhere.
And
I use them a lot in like later games, and they work beautifully. Like when I'm just like going through a dungeon, I don't want to deal with random encounters. They work great. Do not work in this game. So many fucking Zubats I encountered in caves and shit. That I'm just
I do remember that. I do. I think it goes by. Did you use regular repels?
Max. Because it was like end game where I was like just doing some training, or I was just going through like trying to find like rare candies and shit like that. Just wanted to get through it. Did not work. It's fucking annoying. It was like a waste of polka dollars.
So, if you ever want to play a Pokemon game and you want to go with the originals, Fire Red, Leaf Green is the way to go.
Yeah, I mean,
you get abilities,
definitely the way to go.
Which, granted, it does make the gameplay a little bit harder because you have to remember, oh crap, I can't touch Pikachu. If I use Tackle on Pikachu, I'm going to get paralyzed. Misty can go to hell. Misty could just go straight to hell. Other than that,
Onyx trying to catch that dude with a Pokeball or Great Ball. Like, oh, great! I just wasted 20 freaking balls. Mm-hmm. Awesome.
The two other little things I had, they're both kind of related. In the Rocket Hideout in Celadon, fuck the arrow pads.
Mm-hmm.
It just slows down the game so much. And related to that, how slow you move in this game. And how long it takes you to get a bike. It's like, again, we'll talk about it later, but like Golden, Silver, and Crystal, you just move faster. Like even
you do a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, and it's so much more pleasant.
You get running
but
shoes.
Fire Red.
Running shoes,
yeah.
Thank God for those.
Running shoes are introduced in Gen 3, right?
Yeah, it's in Ruby Sapphire. Yeah.
Right. Well, do you guys have anything else to add to the original 3?
When I originally played Red, Aerodactyl, one of the Pokemon you get from the fossils, the Amber, I didn't know what release Pokemon meant when using the PC.
Ooh. Yeah, dude. It's awesome.
Gone forever.
So I want to pose a question to you guys. Did you guys know that there can be shiny Pokemon in the original games?
No.
They can. There are shiny. So people have transferred Pokemon from like, blue, red, over to like Ultra Sun or whatever, and they turn out shiny, and they're like, huh. So doing a little digging, it's based off of their stats. So depending on if their stats are in a certain category, that Pokemon will be shiny in the newer versions.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah. You won't see sparkles or anything like that. You won't get any indicators, but it's just based off of stats.
Huh. Yeah, because I always just assumed the first shiny was Red Gyarados from...
Yeah. Nope, they were in the originals. Yeah. I was very shocked learning that.
Huh. Well,
that'd be cool to check out once we get there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I would say if you do want to revisit Gen 1, a little segue, you should play Let's Go, because Let's Go is great.
Let's Go is very good.
Let's Go is relaxing as hell.
Yeah. So we were originally...
unless you're shiny hunting.
Unless you find a random shiny Magbar and you throw 9 Ultra Balls at it and he still runs away.
Magbar?
I did that twice.
Magbar! We got a new one!
Because I'm thinking of Magby and Magmar.
Great.
But yeah, no, shiny Magbar, random encounter, shows up shiny. And I was about ready to shiny hunt Ditto. And I was like, oh my god, my first random encounter. Awesome. So I go over to it. I threw 6 golden raspberries and 3 golden nabnabs and...
Nab-nab.
Nab-nab.
Nab-nab-nab-bar.
Nab-nab-nab-bar. Crachos.
Crachos.
Oh, I got a funny story for you.
Related to Pokemon, or you want to tell me later?
I'll tell you later.
Great. Thanks for bringing it up now.
Hey.
Yeah, we were originally when we were like doing the schedule for this season, we were talking about doing Let's Go in its own episode, but we figured just throw it in this. I feel like we're not going to talk about it that much. But playing Let's Go this past fall, I think it's one of my favorite Pokemon games. It's such a delight to play. It's so chill. It's so fun. It's so cool re-exploring Kanto in such a beautifully realized world.
Mm-hmm.
It might be an unpopular opinion. I love the catching mechanic in it. This is not unpopular. I love seeing the Pokemon in the world.
That needs to be in all future Pokemon games.
Yeah,
that are put on the console. I know.
I do like that.
But seeing a shiny like on like in the world, and you're just like, finally,
or just trying to avoid a fucking Zubat.
Or you're just trying to avoid a Zubat. But I will say, you were the only one who was really hyped for this game in our chat. Matt and I were skeptical. We're like, I don't think it's going to be good.
Understandably sketchable.
Yeah.
Sketchable.
Hey, I'm not the only one who's saying words wrong.
I'm tired. Leave me alone.
But yeah, like that was a total surprise. Like Let's Go was just very relaxing, very fun. And even like just seeing a lot of people stream it and a lot of people like actually going for shiny Pokemon in this game. Granted, it's way easier to get a shiny Pokemon in this game. Compared to other words.
I caught my first shiny in this game.
Yeah. So
I did a shiny run for Growlithe.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, was able to get it.
Yeah. And it's great. I'm glad people were like able to get shinies, but it made it very easy in this game, which is totally understandable. It's a totally different game.
It is a casual Pokemon game.
Yeah.
This is the game to introduce Switch players to Pokemon.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I will say it's my first one to get shiny Mewtwo, so I'm all for it.
I did end up enjoying it a lot. I think a lot of that comes from we were playing the originals at that time, Mike and I, playing Red, and getting frustrated at some of the later game mechanics, and then that game came out. It was a blast. I think I would only enjoy those games if they are like remakes of Yellow, or remakes of the other. I wouldn't want to play a wholly new Pokemon experience that's that casual.
Yeah, I would be upset if Sword and Shield ended up being Let's Go Sword and Shield.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Like maybe like after you beat the Elite Four or something like that, it opens up and you could do that. I'd be fine with that.
But I'm obviously it's gonna happen. I'm very much looking forward to Let's Go Togepi and Marill.
Yeah. I think that's gonna be great. Like, yeah, you could do Let's Go series be its own thing, but keep that's the more hardcore games. Yeah.
But I would definitely like to see the Pokemon in Wild, like in Let's Go.
Yeah.
I doubt it'll happen, but
I don't think they're gonna do it. I would love it, but
I don't think they'll do it in Sword and Shield. Maybe the next one that they do.
Yeah.
But
because you would think, obviously they were developing Sword and Shield and Let's Go at the same time. Mm-hmm. Obviously I don't think they expected such a positive reaction to the non-random encounters and stuff like that. Right. So maybe it's too late to put it in.
I hope the catching mechanic is not in Sword and Shield.
I don't think it is.
That's just one thing I don't hope for.
Yeah, but I'm surprised how much I enjoyed the catching mechanic.
I loved it using the Pokeball.
Playing with the Pokeball was great.
Like seeing the color change and everything. That was cool.
Yeah, hearing the sound, stuff like that. It was really cool.
Seeing the color change when you catch it,
the
and
color
then
change,
the cry of the Pokemon.
Yeah,
it's cool.
And depending on the Pokemon, it was a different color light, which is really impressive.
Yeah, it's either based off their.
Cool
I think it's based off their.
It's off the
type. Yeah.
Yeah. Such a cool little feature that just.
For a total gimmick, but I love the hell out of it.
It made me feel like a fucking Pokemon trainer. Like back in the day, I one of my fondest memories is going on vacation to Lake George, like we used to do every Columbus Day weekend. Met up with two other really avid Pokemon like fans and stuff like that. Well, rewind a little bit. On our way to the hotel and stuff, on the way up north, my bag was up on the roof of the car, and I didn't travel anywhere without my Pokemon card collection. Yeah,
I cry every time of this story.
And downpour, my whole collection was ruined. All the cards were shot. I had a full collection. I had not all like the trainer cards and stuff like that because nobody gave a shit about the trainer cards. But I had all 151 Pokemon, and I remember just breaking down in my mom's arms, just like I have to restart. I did, but later that weekend I made up. Maybe I did make them up. I met up with these two other kids who they were on the lake, just like playing around stuff. I was like, hey, what are you guys doing? Blah blah blah. And they were playing like make believe Pokemon battles, and nice. I pretended I was Blaine and like just fighting the kid who was like dressed as Ash. And like using the fucking Pokeball Plus like harkened back to those kind of memories. And I'm a 27-year-old man right now, and I was giddy with like a dumb fucking smile on my face every time I felt the vibration. I saw the light pop up, and I heard the cry in the Pokeball. It felt so cool, for lack of a better term.
He grabbed his white lab coat, dressed up as Blaine, started Let's Go. Shout out to Easier Times Making Friends.
I don't know, Darkno, I wanted to ask a question. Because like when Pokemon came out, like you could run into those people all over the place. Like every kid was playing that game. At what point, with you guys growing up, was Pokemon not cool anymore?
In like our own opinion, or just based around
in circles and school and stuff like that?
It was probably uncool when I got into high school, but I still had friends who played Pokemon, so I didn't care about the other people.
Probably the same. Probably high school.
Yeah.
I think I was probably the only one still playing. Like I had my video game friends were just like Xbox 360, Call of Duty, shit like that.
Yeah, it was Same for me. High school, everyone was playing Halo 2 and everything, hanging out with people, and I'm sitting there on a Game Boy. Like, I played Halo 2 and all that stuff too, but I was still enjoying Pokemon. And yeah, getting made fun of, name calling, all that jazz. Pokemon's always been cool.
Yeah, no. It's I mean, we've mentioned this before on past podcasts. It's funny how much that shit switches now.
Yeah, but and then you like compare it now, and then like all these people playing Pokemon Go.
Yeah.
And as somebody like me used to get the shit beat out of me because I like Pokemon.
Yeah, different times.
We won out.
On a dark note.
Yep.
I definitely like around 7th grade, 8th grade, it started like fading, and then once I got into high school, everybody was just playing like Halo, Call of Duty, Ghost Recon, shit like that. I didn't really have any like gamer friends in high school, other than like Smash and stuff like that, like Smash, Mario Kart, whatever.
I had one friend in high school. He was my Pokemon buddy and also my Yu-Gi-Oh buddy as well.
That too. I still played Yu-Gi-Oh at the time, and nobody was fucking playing it. Yeah, it's a bummer.
I spent way too much money on Yu-Gi-Oh cards and then just ended up giving them away.
I still have my deck somewhere.
Yeah, I got to check with my parents. I think they still have
a Fiend deck.
I had a way OP, 2 OP deck. I had like all the cards from the show that you wanted.
Oh yeah,
sweet. Yeah. Yu-Gi-Oh limited edition coming soon.
Fuck yeah.
I'm not buying those cards again.
super quick Yu-Gi-Oh story. There was a comic shop that actually just closed recently called Alternate Realities up the street from me. Back in the day, they had a card I really wanted called Magic Cylinder, which it's a trap card that if you attack me with, like, let's say you attack me with like a Blue Eyes White Dragon or whatever, even though I would have defense or whatever, or even though you would have defense, I used the trap card and it would direct hit you with all the attack points. I really fucking wanted that card. It was fucking rad.
Was it the holographic really cool one too?
Holographic,
dude, yeah. That looks so good.
So they had it at the store, and I was very competitive with my buddy, my neighbor down the street with Yu-Gi-Oh. And his parents were home, so they were able to drive him to the shop, and I was home from, I don't know, I was alone at home, so I didn't have anybody to go with me. But I did find the number for the comic shop somehow, I guess online at the time. And I called, I was like, hey, can you hold this card? Do you have this card? Can you hold it for me? Thank you, blah, blah, blah. And they got to the shop, and they wouldn't sell him the card, and then I went like 2 hours later, got it. And then I didn't tell him. And I used it against him, and he got so fucking pissed at me. It was great. It was awesome.
That's awesome.
That is amazing.
Dude,
yeah, dude, some of those trap cards are really cool, too.
Hell yeah, dude.
I really like their holographics that they did.
So we got some questions related about Pokemon, which I should have prepped. So I'm just going to bullshit for like 5 minutes while I log into Facebook and open up this post and scroll down the post.
What's your guys' favorite legendary?
Oh, good question. Just in this gen, right?
Yeah.
Probably Articuno. I always geared toward Articuno and ice types.
Are we just talking about the birds, or can I talk about Mewtwo as well?
Mewtwo's a legendary.
Mewtwo works.
Yeah. There's only 4 legendaries. Yeah.
Oh yeah, because
Mew's mythical.
Yeah, mythical.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Mewtwo.
Yep.
Homeboy's cool. He's got a weird tail, thick thighs. You know, shout out to thick thighs. But no,
his art is very weird in the originals.
Oh, it's very bad in the originals. He gets really bad. He gets a lot. Yeah, his pose in the later games are really good.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like I'm talking like Diamond, Pearl, Black and White 2 era down.
Like in this game, it's very like.
Yeah, he's like
I'm gonna fuck you up gorilla stance.
Yeah. Yeah, he looks very weird in those games.
Yeah,
but
weird.
Yeah, Mewtwo's really good.
His behind shot is fine. Like he's like this. Like,
I will say, seeing
how was that? I missed that.
His behind shot, like you see his arm. Like
yeah, no, I got you. I just want to see that again.
I will say in Let's Go, seeing Mewtwo on screen, like the tail moving and just like seeing like the power that he is so cool. So awesome to see him on there.
Another thing with Let's Go, which I loved, is that like even obviously they took out the battles for the catching mechanics, but I love that they implemented some of the raid battle stuff from Pokemon Go for the legendaries, where you actually had to fight the legendaries before you could catch them. Yeah. I really like that.
Yeah,
that was cool. That was a nice surprise.
You only get 5 minutes though.
Yeah,
that was
a lot of pressure.
Yeah, made sure to Master Ball Shiny Mewtwo though. Can't have
Matt, what's yours?
Moltres. Yeah, I'm a fire type. And shout out to not realizing the naming scheme behind the three birds until 2 years ago.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I'm a smart boy.
You had to take off your pants and jacket moment.
Yeah, especially with, Arbok.
Yeah, Arbok
and Ekans.
And Muck. Wait.
Hey.
Accurate. It's like Barney Muck. Anyways. Yeah.
Gross.
I'm the fucking host. So we got.
Who's your least favorite gym battle?
Least favorite gym battle.
I know what Jake's is. But
Yeah, I know what Jake's is. What's yours? I gotta think. I have my favorite.
For me, Brock, because I went with Charmander.
Brock. How can you be against his rock hard Pokemon and his rock hard will?
Oh man, some of this fucking dialogue is so good. Yeah, depending on the starter you pick, especially in yellow, if you don't train or you don't catch anything else, like if you don't catch a Mankey in yellow early on, you're fucked.
I will say yellow is better when you catch a Caterpie because Butterfree learns Confusion at level 10 and not 12.
Yeah.
Oh, that was rough. But you could try and go for the elusive one of the Nidoran and then use double kick for fighting.
Yeah, that too. I don't know if I have a least favorite. Maybe Brock, because it does get a little tricky depending on what you pick. But Koga kind of kicked my ass this time around.
Koga's very difficult, especially when it's poison, and there was like poison and psychic in that gym in the earlier versions.
Koga and Sabrina fucked me up this time.
Koga doesn't use any psychic in Red and Blue.
Yeah, no psychic. I mean, Venomoth has Psybeam.
Right, and I forgot Venomoth isn't actually psychic. So when I tried to use that against it, like, oh, oops.
Yeah. And Jake, obviously yours is
Misty.
Misty was a difficult one. Because that even depends on what type of Pokemon you have too. Because if
you pick Charmander, you're fucked.
Yeah. I had a Mankey on my team. He was fighting. Yeah, shout out to Mankey.
What was his nickname?
Nugs.
Nugs.
And then I had Pikachu. I think I had Pikachu on my team, but Pikachu's defense against Starmie is really terrible, especially because I think she had
Wreck Shot.
Yeah, and I think this one she had Water Pulse, and it could confuse you, and then Confusion just sucks in this game. Because you're always getting hurt by Confusion. There's never a time you don't. But if you confuse your enemies, they never hurt themselves. Well, that's fun.
Same with Paralyzing. Yeah.
And Sleep.
Oh, yeah.
Doesn't affect them.
Yeah, nothing. So, Misty was just my more difficult one. Then later on in the games, it was just... Brock wasn't too bad. But yeah, Misty was my most difficult one.
What about favorites?
Lieutenant Surge, because I used Doug Trio. I'm done. Yeah.
I don't really have a...
Go for it.
I don't really have a favorite gym. I do love the Elite Four, though.
The Elite Four in this is great.
Yeah.
Just something I forgot to add from Let's Go. I do love that they did add a little bit of story elements with some of the cutscenes, with like Lorelei helping you out when you go to the power plant, I think.
Yeah.
Or like on the way to Dark Cave or something.
Yeah, power plant.
Yeah, I find that so cool that they added those like little bit of like depth stuff.
She's hot in this game.
Let's Go. Yeah. Great. and in Let's Go, they have the cutscene with Cubone and Marowak, which is fucking awesome.
Yep. That had a lot of feels in it.
Yeah. And with Lieutenant Surge, I love that in Let's Go you just get the certificate signed by Lieutenant Surge, like his autograph.
His autograph. Amazing.
It's so fucking funny.
Amazing.
My favorite is Blaine.
Yep. That's good.
Even in the original games, like I love the whole thing with like the quizzes and like it being a game show. His gym in Let's Go is so fucking cool and how it's designed. All the gyms are like really cool with their reimagined designs, but Blaine's is it's set up with like the studio audience as like a Price is Right kind of thing.
Yeah.
I will say, just because it was the biggest shocker to me at the time, seeing the final gym being Giovanni.
What a fucking twist.
Dude, do you guys remember seeing that for the first time? Because I just remember my jaw
not
dropping.
Putting it together. I'm like, because I wasn't really paying attention playing the game. I'm like, oh yeah, it's like my brother like, no, that's the dude you've been fighting. That's the head of Team Market. What?
Yeah. Him being the gym, I was like, that's freaking awesome. Because I was like kind of hoping I would fight him again.
Yeah.
And then
like one final time.
Yeah. I think just because of the build up for fighting him, I think that's one of my favorites.
Yeah. He kicks your ass too.
He does. Especially
in yellow, I always thought that him going away was automatic. You have to talk to him a second time. Like after you get the gym, you can just like walk. After you get the badge, you can just walk away, whatever. If you talk to him again, then he's like, "Oh, I'm gonna disband Team Rocket, go away for a while, blah blah blah," and then he disappears from the gym.
Yeah.
And in Let's Go, I like that Blue takes over and you could fight him once a day if you want to keep fighting, training, stuff like that. It's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you want to get us to some questions?
Let's get to some questions.
So, number one human being in the world, Ethan Brandon. Right.
The best.
Surprisingly, we touched on. He asked what our favorite starter is and what our favorite Pokemon in general are. We didn't really talk about the starters. What's your guys' favorite starter?
I think Jake and I have the same answer.
Yep.
Charmander. Yeah. Char.
Mine is Squirtle.
Shout out to Bulbasaur.
Bulbasaur. So with Red and Blue, when you're selecting the starter and everything, in order, it's Charmander, Squirtle, Bulbasaur from left to right, and it actually represents hard, normal, easy. Because if you choose Bulbasaur, because when I was playing Blue to get the rest of the Pokemon, that game is so easy if you choose Bulbasaur.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Interesting.
The first two gyms are cake.
Yeah, it's true.
And then
if you pick Squirtle, the first gym is cake, but then you can kind of fucked for Misty.
Yeah, you can even use it'll be Ivysaur by that time, but you can even use them for Lieutenant Surge because it's not electric's not very effective.
Yep.
So
poor Bulbasaur always gets the shit end of the stick.
I will say he's the third on the list, but he's also good. I'm like, he's very good. Yeah, I'm not talking crap about him. Like,
no.
But it just
he was always
wise.
Overshine.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
Exactly. And I mean, Charmander, he's great, but you do have a lot of weaknesses that you can't really overcome in the beginning games.
The fact that Charizard can't fly.
Yeah.
He can fly.
But he's a flying type.
Yeah. Even originally playing like 20 years ago, I tried to teach Charizard fly, and I was like baffled.
I think you can in yellow.
I didn't try. Like I said earlier, I didn't. Stars in yellow.
But I hate that. So like, if you're up against the electric type, Charizard, this big old dragon dude, dead.
Shout out to Let's Go, where you don't have to teach your Pokemon HM moves.
Shout out to Sun and Moon.
Yeah. But because we're not talking about Sun and Moon, but yeah.
Sure. But like,
Sun and Moon is the one who started it, but God. Yeah, because
HM moves suck. What was it? Ducks, because his name is Ducks, because you can't rename him. But Farfetch'd.
Yep, he was my fly boy.
He was my flying cut dude.
Yep.
And then Golduck was my strength and surf dude.
Yeah, I had
shout out to freaking Gold and Silver for adding more.
Yeah.
We'll get to that.
Good old Rock Smash, right?
Good old Whirlpool.
Headbutt.
Not HM.
Not HM.
It's not an HM, but
needed.
But kinda?
Yeah.
Needed. If you want Heracross.
Whoops.
Or fucking Pineco.
Yeah. Anyways, that's next month. Josh Games, new to the Discord last night. That was Josh who you were talking.
Yeah, oh, nice. Welcome.
And with Ethan's second question, we talk about our favorite Pokemon.
Yeah.
Raichu, Haunter, and then whatever you guys said. I forgot already.
Thanks.
Cool. Doug Trio.
Doug Trio and Magneton, right?
Yep.
Close.
Magneton was his original.
Yeah. overall. Yeah.
Nailed it. Look at that. First try. Yeah, Josh Games asked, what do you think are some of the Pokemon Gen 1 that don't nearly get enough of the love that they deserve?
Any of the bug Pokemon?
Yeah.
I'd never use them. They just seem very weak to me. Except psychic Pokemon have a weakness to bug, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
So like bug Pokemon useless everywhere else unless you're going against psychic.
Sabrina. Yeah.
One Pokemon I thought should have gotten an Alolan version, or at least a third evolution, Goldeen.
Yeah.
Goldeen should have been moved up there. I feel like it's a useless Pokemon now. Nowadays. Yeah. It should get something, but I mean, you get Mega Evolutions and stuff like that for other Pokemon, but I feel like Goldeen is probably one of those ones that's like the long forgotten water type Pokemon.
That reminded me of Seal and Dugong. I feel like they get forgotten a lot.
I mean, at least
Dugong's really cool.
Dugong's really good, especially using ice type moves.
Yeah,
against dragons.
He's a really cool ice type, but like I feel like nobody ever really uses him.
Because I would have, if I had to choose an ice type Pokemon to use, it would most likely be Lapras, just because the defense and all that is much greater.
Yeah, I used Articuno or Ice Top or Elite Four.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
Because Seal, Dugong are right there, or you could get Articuno. It's like probably gonna use Articuno.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the thing. Like once it's hard to like not use the legendaries when you get them because they're so cool to use. I tried to not use them for Elite Four, but I was
it made it so much easier. Yeah.
I was on a little bit of a time crunch, and I was like, "Fuck this!
Right.
I'm just gonna use them."
Mm-hmm.
And it made it kind of a breeze. Except for Moltres. Moltres kind of sucked for my game.
To be fair,
because he doesn't learn anything.
Yeah, I use Articuno and Zapdos of the three.
Because they learn Ice Beam and Thunder.
Yeah.
And Articuno. I mean, Moltres' first move was like
Fire
3 swipes or some shit. It's something like kind of useless, and not like Flamethrower at least, or Fire Blast.
Hold on 1 second.
So shitty.
My cat's crying.
Great. Well, I'm gonna ask this next question without Jake because it's a very important question. Some lady named Kelsey asked, if you were given a copy of Hey You Pikachu, would you play it? I purchased Hey You Pikachu day one for full price, and I was very mad. It's not a good game.
Yeah, that is not Seaman. That was Nintendo trying to cash in on that weird ass Seaman craze, which in itself is such a niche, whatever the fucking game.
Nice. Yeah. We at PAX we saw a copy of it. It was like $15. She's like, "Oh, you gonna get it for the podcast?" I was like,
"Shit." Jack, we're talking about Hey You Pikachu.
Oh God.
Did you ever play it, Jake?
Nope.
No.
Side of Spyro.
The biggest problem with that game was
it didn't work.
Yeah, the mic recognition software did not work.
Wow.
I will say the N64 looks good.
Yeah, that's the one good thing to come out of it. The Pikachu 64.
That was at PAX also.
There's 2 versions though, which I didn't realize. There's the blue one and then there's an orange one.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. Just saw that when I was looking at console variants and stuff. When I was spending too much money on video games.
All right, we got one more from my beautiful Canadian boy Jackson Wells. It's a long one. Fucking Jackson. What are the ethical inconsistencies loving creatures that you trap, force to fight, and imprison on a daily basis? Is there a Geneva Convention for Pokemon? Does the government of the Pokemon world condone any of the Pokemon fighting, or just in gyms? I don't think there is a government in the Pokemon world. Like, is there?
Well, there is, because we have Officer Jenny.
Yeah.
But that's a police force. But I don't think there's.
I think there is a
elections.
darker theme that's never discussed in Pokemon as a whole, is that people started training and capturing these Pokemon because obviously these Pokemon, especially when you get in the further games and stuff, way too fucking OP. Like, if these Pokemon were just running around, like, yeah, humans would die out quick.
Yeah.
So I think as an overall way to save the world and everything, they started doing this and training them so they're not killing people. So there's definitely ethical connotations to it. But I mean, if you also think about it, like if we lived in a world where like they're just fire beings and ice beings and lightning and all that shit, people would be terrified. So morally, fighting Pokemon and stuff like that, like I was never a trainer that was like, yeah, fuck you, you're meant to fight. Like I don't care about you. I was never that trainer. Like I love my Pokemon and stuff like that. So that's my moral ambiguity is fine. My moral compass is good. But.
Yeah, it's interesting. There obviously is like the unspoken dark overtones of like slavery and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, we have zoos in real life.
We do have zoos.
So what's the
people
moral?
Love zoos.
Yeah.
And SeaWorld and shit like that.
We have pets. Jake was just.
But it is like, yeah, it is like fucking like pit bull fighting and cockfighting and shit like that. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. On a similar note, something I always wondered. You with us, Jake?
Sorry, I thought I muted the mic. Sorry.
Are there normal animals in a Pokemon world, or are Pokemon the animals?
I think Pokemon.
I asked this because Pidgey, for example, in Pokedex is a bird type Pokemon. How do they know what a bird is? If
there
birds
are
don't
references
exist?
to real animals in Red and Blue.
Yeah.
But
like you don't
never see them.
You never see like normal birds or normal worms or insects or. It's interesting.
And that poses another question: did Pokemon destroy the ecosystem and kill all these animals out?
It's true too. Keep hitting the mic. Yeah, it's true also.
Which is something I didn't even think about.
And maybe that's why we're capturing them. Because they're too much.
Are people eating Miltanks for beef?
They're milking them.
Slowpoke tails. Yeah, they are moo milk.
Yeah, moo milk. Right on Lon Lon Ranch.
No, that's Mario.
No, it's called moo milk.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
yep, it's a reference.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. So that's another dark theme. Pokemon might have destroyed the ecosystem.
Yeah, normal animals. Yeah, it's weird.
Now I'm just thinking of Charizard like fire blasting a Miltank and eating it.
It's like a fucking porg.
Right?
That's all our questions. Thank you, Jackson, Ethan, and
for
appreciate you
making us go dark.
I love you.
We went dark long time ago.
Yeah. So for this season of limited edition, I wanted to end each episode with a little game with these fellas. A little trivia section I like to call Blaine's Game. Every week, I'm going to ask these guys a question, and they're going to answer it, and I'm going to keep track of the points. The catch is, because every week other than this week and or I keep saying week, every month other than this month and the month that we're doing Sword and Shield, we're going to have a special guest on. When the special guest is on, and if they answer the question correctly, they are allowed to take away a point or give a point to somebody to make it a little more interesting.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Boy, I'm really scared about our next guest.
I mean,
my baby
Fiona is gonna straight just take away a point from Jake.
She's going to be like, can I take away all of the points from Jake?
I might allow it.
Fuck you.
I am the
Too
judge.
much power.
I am the host.
Actually,
I'm the captain now.
Let's try not to swear in our family-friendly limited edition of Pokemon.
Oh, we're way fucking past that, dude.
I know. I was only kidding.
All right. So, since this game is called Blaine's Game, I figured I have a question related to Blaine.
Gibson?
Gentlemen?
From Rooster Teeth?
Yep.
Cool.
Oh, wait.
Me, see what happens.
Before, do we have to like buzz in to answer, or do we both?
You both get chances.
Okay.
This is a good question.
If
Yeah,
it's
who do we decide who goes first?
Or how about this? You ask the question, Matt answers, then I answer, and then you're like, all
But
right.
what happens if I get it correct before you?
But he won't let us know.
It's not a timing thing. Well, this is probably the problem with me putting this on you guys on air and not beforehand. Do you guys wait?
Get points if we both.
It's okay if you get points. Yeah, it's not like a one or the other thing. Okay. Like you both could win, you both could lose. It's fine.
Is it multiple choice?
It can be.
Okay.
This one I'm not gonna make multiple choice. This is easy.
Okay.
It should be easy.
Wait.
But do you guys? God damn it! It's a fucking question.
Sorry. We both can't get points because if one person answers before the other one, they can just say that answer too.
Well, that's my next fucking thing. Do you guys have a piece of paper?
Wait, no. I know how to do it. Do not say if it's correct until we both answer.
That's what I was saying.
I didn't hear that.
Oh my god! If you just let us talk.
It's fucking trivia. How difficult is this shit?
It doesn't go out of whack.
To be more fair, put your fucking hand down. Do you guys have a piece of paper and pen or something? So I get just so like if Matt answers, like Jake can't fucking be like, oh yeah, I think that sounds right.
Yes, I
pen. I have to find paper.
Use your hand. I don't care.
I'm not using my hand.
I'll just write it down on my phone.
Cool. Yeah, just so you can show it to the camera.
That's a great idea.
So you're proving it. Yeah, fine.
Ah!
Christ.
Sorry. It's the inaugural Pokemon episode.
Do I not have a notepad on here?
You have Android, right?
Google Doc.
Or that works. Bear with us, people. This is great radio.
Maybe you should have brought this up beforehand. We're going to blame the host.
It's all good.
I wanted a genuine reaction.
You got a genuine reaction.
Yeah.
Us being dicks about it.
Okay. I am ready. What's the question?
Jake, are you ready for the question?
10
minutes later.
I am ready.
Gentlemen.
Wait, is it to both of us or just one?
Fuck you, man.
He's asking both of us.
I'm asking both of you the same question, and you both are going to answer.
Let's hold our phones up like this so he can see if we go in to try and edit the answer.
Yes.
Well, don't.
It's blank. There's nothing there. He doesn't even want to do this anymore.
I don't. Fuck, how many episodes of this we got to do?
12.
We got this.
All right. Gentlemen, how many questions do you have to answer before you reach Blaine in that gym? This one is not multiple choice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I have my answer.
Reveal your answers, please.
You're gonna see that? You're not gonna be able to see that.
Matt says 3, correct?
Yep.
Jake, what do you say?
Wait, was it questions and I put 8 because I thought it was all together.
3, there you go. Yeah, like how many questions? Like,
yeah, all together.
In the gym.
Yeah,
all together. So Matt says 3. How many you say?
8.
You are both incorrect at 6.
Damn it!
We don't get a point.
So since this is the first episode,
it was between 6 and 8 in my head too.
I do have a bonus question. If you guys will like a second chance.
Yes.
This one is also not multiple choice because I didn't write down the other ones. What is the first question you get asked?
God damn it.
It's okay if you get close. Or I could think of multiple choice, actually. No, I'm not, because it'll make it obvious.
Can I give a general?
You can give general. It's okay. You don't have to be word for word. I'll be the judge.
Okay. I'll just do this.
Okay. Matt, what was your say? What type of Pokemon is blank? Okay.
And mine
Jake.
was what type of move is blank.
Incorrect. Damn. The question is, does Caterpie evolve into Butterfree?
Oh, wow. Okay.
All right. No points on the board.
Wow, we both suck. So it's just one question each time?
Just one question.
With a bonus, possibly?
Yep.
Okay.
With a bonus, possibly.
Okay. Well, Matt and I both suck, so that's good.
Oh, we're going to be paying attention next time.
Hey, Matt.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, Matt. We started off just how we went into this game. Tied at 0.
So we're both winning.
Right. Boy, if we get points taken away, can we go in the negatives?
Yeah. You know what?
Yeah. Because
Shouldn't
since
have
we're both
asked that
at
question.
0.
Shouldn't have asked that question. Boy, I'm really going to suck Moise's dick next week.
Whoa. Yep.
Family friendly.
Well, speaking of that, yeah.
Blue job.
So yeah, next month we are welcoming Moises from OK Beast. He is a lovely human being. Seriously one of my best friends and favorite humans in the who I met through Kind of Funny, and just one of the best people working in the industry right now. Like some of his write-ups and stuff on OK Beast are just fucking incredible. He's doing some killer work related to PAX, so go to like OK Beast. Seriously, go to OK Beast. See what their write-ups or videos, stuff like that. They were running the fucking show at PAX. I don't know why I'm doing all this when Moises isn't even here, but whatever. So yeah, next month we're gonna be talking about Gen 2, which is Gold, Silver, Crystal, Soul Silver, Heart Gold. Which will be posting May 3rd. May 3rd.
Shit.
I think that's what it is.
So, do you guys want to talk about what your goals are for the next game?
I mean, mine's the same.
My goal is the same. Yeah.
Okay. My goal is to get a shiny Celebi, because this is the only legit way to get one.
What's the number, Jake? What you at?
4,900 resets.
What were you at yesterday or 2 days ago?
Oh, we were in the 3,000s.
You ended
33?
at 4,000 on Saturday.
Yeah, I ended at 4,000.
900 resets yesterday.
Yeah, I did 900 resets yesterday. But I was in like the 3,000 before Saturday. I think I was like in 3,300.
I hope you get that Celebi, man.
Jesus.
We're going to get it.
It's been a fun stream regardless.
Yeah, we're going to get it. Come join us. It's fun.
Yeah, so if you do want to play along with us, yeah, you have the whole month to play through Silver, Gold, Crystal, Soul Silver, Heart Gold. What's up?
You have a few weeks because we need to record these before the week of.
Yeah, but if they want to listen to it on May 3rd, they got
right.
Yeah.
And if you want to follow Jake along on his shiny hunting adventure, that's never going to happen. Jake, where could people find that out?
Oh, we're going to get it.
Watch.
We're going to get it. Twitch.tv/JakeP47.
Do you have
we have a schedule. We have a schedule now.
You do? Okay.
Yes.
What is it?
So this is the Monday, Wednesday, Fridays. I'm going to stream after work. So 7 o'clock till 10:30, 11.
Cool.
Friday, Saturdays.
Pacific time,
yeah. And then Friday or Saturdays and Sundays are usually the longer days where I'll stream, but there's no set specific like start time. But they're usually, like I've been streaming like 8 to 10 hours.
Wow,
those days. So
nice.
But I'll join our Discord and I'll let you know when I'm live.
Yeah, that was my next thing. If you go on 3bfpodcast.com, you will see in the description of Limited Edition, there's a little Discord logo. Click that. You got an invite to our Discord channel where we're just kind of, a bunch of us are hanging out, bullshitting about Pokemon, bullshitting about games, movies, stuff like that. We'd love to have you. I think we're, 20 members after last night right now? Mm-hmm. Something like that.
Yeah,
yeah, it's been fun building a small
we're usually
community. Yeah.
Pretty active on there. So.
Yeah.
I know. I'm probably the most active just because
for sure.
I have no life, but
talk to him. Please.
I'm always creeping on there, even when I'm like.
And Jake's usually on stream, so you can't spend too much time on there.
But yeah, no, it's been really fun, like just meeting new people, talking to people about Pokemon, and because genuinely, Pokemon is one of my favorite IPs. Probably is my favorite IP out of like entertainment. So it's cool, like especially doing the show now and like talking to people who are going to be following along and whatnot. So yeah, you could find that on 3bfpodcast.com. You can find our full schedule of all the games we are playing, including the episode that's going to be based on Detective Pikachu the film and Mewtwo Strikes Back the film, and a few of the side game spin-off game. That's where I was looking for spin-off episodes that we're going to be doing later on in the year. We have a ton of special guests lined up. Those I don't have listed because I ran out of room on the website, but I'll tell you month by month. I think that's it.
Ranking. And I had a question.
Are we going to rank it?
Well,
I was thinking about that.
My question about that is, so are we ranking, originals up against remakes, or can we only rank originals?
I kind of don't want to rank it now.
You want
it is convoluted.
Let's save ranking for the very last one, and we'll go by generation ranking.
Okay. So as they came out and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
We'll save that for later.
That works.
Episode 1, we're winging it. Whatever.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Wing attack.
Wing attack. Look at that. That's a good segment. Also, I don't know what it would be. This whole episode's a fucking wing attack.
That's true. At least it's not Splash. does nothing.
Does nothing. Just like repel. Jake, where can people find you?
Jake P47, Twitch, Twitter, Instagram.
Yeah. Matt?
You can find me at Shibs42 on Twitter and Instagram.
And you can find me at Towndrow1214 on Twitter, Instagram, all that good stuff. The only extra thing I wanted to pimp was myself, Kelsey, and Kyle Stevenson are going to be doing a KindaNYC podcast. Don't really know what the deal is with like what the format's gonna be. It's gonna be very loose, just conversational stuff like that, but it's gonna be a platform to kind of pimp out community events and just talk about what we're doing in town. Like one of the episodes we're gonna do is gonna be about PAX and about the Kind of Funny World Tour coming up. Yeah, once we get more details about that, I'll be sure to pimp that out a little more. But for now, you can follow at KindaNYC on Twitter, especially if you are coming to New York, which actually this doesn't make sense because this is posting the day before the fucking meetup. Oh no, it still makes sense. If you're listening to this on the Friday it comes out and you're coming to bar tomorrow, follow KindaNYC on Twitter to see what we're up to. If you're listening to this right now, we are probably currently in Bryant Park playing Super Smash Brothers, and then we're going to go see Shazam tonight, and then we're going to go to Barcade.
Hey, so, and if you're with KindaNYC, follow Three Best Friends Podcast.
I was going to say,
that was
another
the last
Twitter
thing
to follow. Yeah.
Yes, that's going to be the last thing.
Let's vice versa.
And yeah, please follow at 3BF Podcast on Twitter, on Instagram for all. That's your easiest way to kind of communicate with us, be a part of the show. Stuff like that. We're all pretty active on it, kind of fighting over the account constantly. Yeah.
My part's going in and seeing like someone responded to the tweet and me thinking I'm in my personal account and I'm on the 3BF and I respond. I'm like, damn it, I'm not deleting this tweet.
Yeah,
that's the fun part.
Yeah, that's it. That's
cool.
all I got.
Cool.
So go on your Johto adventure and catch them all, friends.
Catch them all. Get that shiny Celebi because I don't think I'm going to get it. I'm sorry, I just need time.
Thank you for watching. I appreciate you all. I love you. Thank you. Goodbye.
Pokemon!
Gotta get you all. My heart's so true.
Best